I just trying to get ahead of my court case here by presenting the facts and information to the people who are supervising my existence at the moment. Also, I know the city is watching me, so here are the things that I wrote it all out. I kind of did my research. I really just Googled like two things. All right. So, my charge is failure to identify. My plea is not guilty. I was offered, 90 days deferred disposition, in which I would have to pay a fine and avoid getting in trouble with the law. I do not want to pay that fine. I refuse to pay that fine. I don't want to pay that fucking fine, bro. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My disagreeing to pay the fine caused me to enter a not guilty plea. 90 days deferred disposition, whatever, right? Honestly, I didn't want to be on probation either. That was the real reason that. But anyway, here was a legal argument for why I was given that offer instead of just dropping this case. Like the other two cases that I had that were dropped because they were unsubstantiated and I was a tad bit justified. The legal argument that the prosecution has used is the precedent on Green v. State, which is that the state. Oh no, sorry. It was a legal case that made it so that a person. This is the wrong case. That's why I put a trap here. It's the wrong case. I forgot which case he said, but there was a legal case that stated precedent that when an officer asked you to identify yourself, that you had to. That was the law. This law was stated to me in such little detail and with such little effort that I could tell that with further discussion of it that I would find holes in it, giving me victory in my defense. I found the case called the Green v. State, 1978, and that case asserted that the state must prove that the defendant who refused to identify themselves knew the person requesting was a peace officer. Now, obviously, within that precedent, I'm guilty. Within that precedent, I am a guilty person, right? But I counter it with the precedent of my own. Precedent. Katz v. United States, 1967, established a Fourth Amendment right that prevents unlawful search and seizure. And what this means is, while an officer can demand that you give them your ID within certain situations, that without probable cause, they have no reason to seize you. A stop and seizure. You're going about your life. You're walking down the street. You're not doing anything wrong. An officer cannot approach you and say, "Sir, identify yourself." Not without saying, "You've matched the description. I have probable cause. There's some stuff going on in the area. We think you may be related. I have probable cause." Without probable cause, it is an unlawful search and seizure. An officer cannot pull you over while you're driving just because they want to see what your name is. Not a law, not a thing that they can do, not a thing that they are allowed to do. While it is true in most cases, I would willingly and without hesitation provide my identification to a peace officer, I am not rightfully obligated to do so without probable cause. Now, obviously, in this case, there was probable cause, right? And that's where I just needed to assert this first, right? So the specifics of my case. I was trespassed at a McDonald's for cursing. However, I struggled to recollect whether I was told to leave, and I'm certain that the managers conspired like whispering little schoolgirls to have me arrested, punished by the principal, rather than openly informing me that they would be calling the police. Now, when the police arrived, I was compliant, I was cooperating without reserve until I was denied my request to be informed what will be recorded as the incident causing my trespassal from the premises. You fucked up. Oh shit, sorry. You messed up my reading. You messed up my reading. I noticed it yesterday that for some reason while I was reading, I just couldn't do it. I kept making mistakes, and this is what you did it for. We all know this is what you did it for. Okay, so here's why I was right to refuse identification in that instance. 1, there was no urgent threat or danger, so a supervisor could be called to direct a proper investigation of what occurred to ensure that the incident was recorded accurately. Meaning, by my refusal to identify, a supervisor could have been called on scene to better manage the situation. There was no threat. There was nothing urgent causing anyone any danger. We had time. And I was within my rights. Number 2, it is important that the law accurately records events as they occurred because, while it may seem irrelevant, these inaccurate reports can be used as character evidence in future cases. Meaning, even if you were not convicted of a crime, even if you were not given probation, given something that you have to pay a fine for, that these records, these recordings of character-defining incidents are still being collected as a reputation that will be used against you in the court of law. And so it is important that even if you do not go to jail, that you ensure that every incident that you have with an officer is recorded accurately and without bias. So in court, instead of discussing what really occurred, you would show a report of the incident and that labeled me as unjust, hostile, and the cause of conflict, rendering my defense an excuse in the eyes of a judge or jury who can only respond to the facts presented to them rather than make a personal investigation of the incident themselves. They can't go to the McDonald's. They can't say, hey, I'm in the jury for this case. Can I see the camera? Can I see the video footage, please? They can't do that. They have to respond only to what has been legally written down. And if I get up in court and I say, hey, they're lying. These people are lying. They are liars. What is the jury going to do? Are they going to be like, I trust this one guy. I trust this one guy over the court who's got all these writings, all these legal procedures, all this organization, all this computerized justice? Or am I going to trust the report that describes what's happening and the whole team of people that are against this one guy in court? Who am I going to trust? That's why it's important to dispute it when an incident is not going to be recorded accurately. Now, in this case, I think it's time that we discuss the special circumstances surrounding my relationship with the city, state, and nation. The same circumstances that had me trespass from another McDonald's, of which I'm certain I was not asked to leave before the officers arrived, and what appears to have been an attempt to assert a repeat offense weakness in my defense case. Something that if the jury only... Oh, fuck. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Oh, you got me here. Only... What's that fucking... Oh, shit. What does that word say? Only... What the fuck is that word? Bro, I know who this is. Bro, I was reading it so well. Bro, you're fucking up my ability to read and you're messing with my memory. I don't care. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. But if the jury only paid attention to what the document said... No, that's stupid. This word, it was such a cool word, bro. If the jury only it looks like a P. Repruted? Responded? Oh, responded. Oh, okay. I'm stupid. If the jury only responded to what the documents say... by the way, I need privacy, so consider this my form of encryption, okay? Only responded to what the documents say. Let me go back to the beginning of the sentence. Trespass from another McDonald's in which I am certain I was not asked to leave before the officers arrived, and what seems to be an attempt to assert a repeat offense weakness in my defense case, something that if the jury only responded to what the documents say, would have me found guilty before I even had a fair opportunity to express what really happened. my side of the story. This form of document abuse allows for the government, its servants, and its civilians to act in compliance with what is written in ink, even if at the violation of the goals that sought the pen. I'm so proud of that. I want to say that again because I'm really proud of that. This form of document abuse allows for the government, its servants, and its civilians to act in compliance with what is written in ink, even at the violation of goals that sought the pen. Right? That's so fucking... oh, shit. That's so hard, though. That's such a... bro, that's history, bro. I'm a historical figure, bro. All right, whatever. People choosing to reserve themselves to the hard rules and policies without the necessary lenience to ensure that we do not fall short of accomplishing the task of... All right, hold on. Maintaining peace, fairness, and opportunity is one of the biggest means for corruption to spread throughout this proud judicial system, right? Retreat to a precedent or lifeless regulation instead of facing head-on the issue and practicing what gives reason for the law is what causes people to be betrayed, mistreated, falsely arrested, falsely convicted. A man is in prison for 17 years before a legal correction, a correction of a typo, sets him free. This is what causes it. Relying too much on what the paper says, rather than remembering the social human goal of protecting each other, of maintaining each other's fairness, of maintaining each other's rights. That's what causes all injustices, all corruption, and all adherences to peace. Oh wait, no, adherence, no, inherences. Inherences? To adhere to something is to go with it, right? Anyway, this is why I've asked for a trial by jury, to ensure that if I am convicted of a crime that with all reasoning presented, I am not guilty of, then too many people will have participated in this blatant disregard of American justice, making it impossible to contain the loss of social legal structure, the unpoliced effort by everybody to make sure that everyone is safe, to make sure that everyone is fair, and to make sure that people are not going around looking for tricks and strategies to violate each other's boundaries. The conviction of a person like me in these circumstances will create so many affairnesses that it'll bend the social legal structure, giving more loopholes, more, yeah, but y'all did this though. Yeah, but this happened though, for people to cause trouble to the law. I'm not threatening. This is not a threat. It is a simple calculation of the consequences of bending the law to attack what is a loyal, hardworking, and committed citizen. What is a freaking, look, man, you know how much I've done with my thoughts alone? You know how much I've done with my thoughts alone? I'd take that one back because that one does sound kind of bad, but that's my case. My case is, you all knew what was going on. You intend for me to go to court and act like you don't. You use the documents that you have and say that we can't go back. That's what's written. I can't do anything about it. That's what's written down. That's what's written down. I can't do anything about it. The whole reason that I refuse to identify. And to just sort of, in this case, teach me a lesson about not being as smart as I think I am, or that I can't have everything that I want. Or it wouldn't make sense if he won all three cases. He would be too powerful. I'm already that powerful. I'm already that powerful. Look, I'm already that powerful, okay? So, I'm not drinking beer. I wasn't drinking beer, okay? So, yeah, that's my case. So don't convict me, please. I'm begging you not to convict me. Don't convict me of this crime. I don't want to pay the fee. I would prefer not to pay the fee. And remember, the other two cases were dropped. In those other two cases, what were they? They were trespassing, which, by the way, the whole reason that I needed to identify dropped, by the way. And then resisting arrest, which camera evidence, my consistent story, my consistent retelling of the facts in many different ways, combining into a consistent, solid fourth-dimensional, three-dimensional structure, drop that case as well. Both cases dismissed. There's no reason for this case to not be dismissed. I'm disappointed with the law, with the judicial system, for even offering me this guilty plea. I'm so disappointed because this right here, this is solid. This is sound. There's no reason. There's no reason. I put this in my game journal. I put this in my gaming journal. You know what? You know what that means? Okay, but look. I just don't see a reason for me to lose this case. And this is true. This is true. This isn't even like an intelligent threat. This is just like me saying, at this point, too many people will have to participate in disregard of justice and disregard of the goals that even created the judicial structure as it is, that it'll cause a bunch of vulnerabilities that lead to more issues and problems. I'm not even I don't need to be a gangster. I'm never gonna be a gangster. Well, actually, look, in some cases, no, I'm not a gangster. In those cases, I'm like freaking Rick from Rick and Morty, which is why I hate that. But look, all I'm saying is I love you guys. I love you guys. I genuinely do. I don't mean any harm. And I know we have our differences, but come on, guys. We're all one big family. Oh, fuck. But yeah, all jokes aside, this is very serious. This is a very serious legal case. These implications are very serious. There's no reason to make a lesson. There's no reason to do a political, he doesn't have that much power on me. Don't need to make that move, all right? This has nothing to do with power, influence. I'm not using money. I'm not using my daddy's reputation, okay? This is just a sound legal argument. Just a sound defense. Just a very sound defense. This isn't, you're not getting me out of a rape charge here. You're not getting me, you didn't catch me in some alley, okay? This is all just straight up no money legal defense. All it is. No reason to sit there and say that it's not fair. It's not fair. Sorry. Let's get rid of that last one. I'm gonna bring this back one minute because I need to remind you guys for a second. But look. Let's get rid of this too, because all I'm saying is, I'm not guilty. Please don't make me pay this fine. I don't want to pay this fine, and I also don't want fucking probation. I don't want probation. So thank you so much.